This year I decided to explore my surroundings and visit real-world Pokemon locations across Japan because, I don't know, I just wanna. And viewers, I have a confession to make. Up until now, I had not realized that the city I live in is one of the biggest inspirations for the entirety of the Pokemon series. Yokohama, aka Vermilion City. Was the pitch that I had originally planned for this video, but then I realized that the real-world parallels run far deeper than I could have imagined, and we'd have to travel further from home than I originally thought. So, pack your things, we're going on a road trip. Come on, it's gonna be fun. For the start of our adventure, I wanted to go right to where the franchise began, Shimoda, Shizuoka. Geographically, this place is the inspiration for our hero Ash's hometown of Pallet Town. I say geographically because there's actually a few inspirations for real-world Pallet Town, but we'll get to that in just a sec. And we spent the first few hours here just soaking it in and exploring the natural beauty. As I walked along the beach here, I found something that I could have sworn was a Pokedex. But as I looked closer, it turns out it's the sponsor of today's video. Sorry guys, I pulled a fast one on you, but this is actually pretty cool, I promise. I did a lot of traveling for this video to bring you guys the best content I possibly could. And at the same time, I've recently been struggling with smart devices and the constant temptation to doom scroll. I mean, let's face it, we all have. The sponsor of today's video, Extinct, aims to combat that with the world's most convenient and portable e-reader device ever designed. Now here's why it's great. The compact design lets you slide it onto the back of your cell phone, meaning it's always there. If you're waiting in line somewhere or literally doing anything that you would normally pull out your smartphone for, this can be used as a stress-free alternative. I've recently been reading Console Wars by Blake Harris, and being able to read it on the beach, in bed, or really anywhere else I wanted to during this trip has been a real treat. It also doesn't rely on a server login, so the books you put on here are yours to keep, and you can go back to enjoy them whenever you want. Best part about it is it's super user-friendly and customizable, and I just want to bring it with me everywhere I go. Did you look at my butt? We're looking at my butt. So click the link on screen or in the description below to grab yourself an Extinct today. And thank you once again to Extinct for sponsoring this video. Today, Pokemon is very much a part of everyday life here in Japan. Just go to any supermarket, clothing store, or hell, even a McDonald's, and you'll see collaborations with the franchise everywhere. Maybe even some that shouldn't exist. But the original crossover came when the creator of Pokemon decided that the Kanto region from the games would be strategically and closely based off the real-life equivalent Kanto region from Japan. Pallet Town is a world away from the city, where Ash dreams of becoming a Pokemon trainer and prepares to meet Professor Oak. During his origins, we see him surrounded by beautiful countryside and a humble small-town charm. It's the starting place of one of the greatest adventures of all time and holds a lot of nostalgia for a lot of people. And as we began our adventure to Shimoda, it couldn't resemble that feeling more. Going on a drive to the real Pallet Town. The town of Pallet.
7-Eleven.
7-Eleven. Again. Enough with the 7-Elevens. It's a booming business over here. So this is Izu, and this spot really exemplifies what it's all about. Vast ocean views, lush greenery, and just nature all around. It's located right here, where Pallet Town would be on a real map. And at its core, it's a port town. Interestingly enough, this is actually where the connections really start to become relevant. Years and years ago, when Japan finally opened to trade from the outside world, they did so in this very town, allowing Americans to trade firearms and other goods, while Japan obtained the opportunity to learn more about the West. If you've ever seen the show Shogun, this is where it historically took place. And in a way, it's the start of where Japan became the booming country that it is today. And I still can hardly believe that we got to see it for ourselves. It was almost time to leave Shimoda, but in all the places I've been in Japan, I've noticed that every spot seems to have its own local delicacy, and one of the ones for here is called Tokoro-ten.
Tokoro-ten.
Sorry, the wife corrected me. Tokoro-ten.
Good.
Atteru.
Good.
I tried it, and now I wish I didn't do that. And I should mention now, because I can hear the angry mobs coming from a mile away, that the original inspiration for Pallet Town's look and feel was also inspired by Tojiri, the creator of Pokemon's hometown of Machida, Tokyo. There. I said it. Where he grew up collecting bugs and exploring nearby forests. The problem with that is that it's gone on to become a bustling city and no longer resembles the small town vibe that it once had, much to the dismay of Tojiri himself. Onward to Yokohama. It was a long drive along the winding roads to Yokohama and probably took about 5 hours, but upon arrival we were met with a totally different atmosphere. This definitely has bustling city vibes and a whole different energy to enjoy. Pokemon has a pretty big presence here and even hosted the Pokemon TCG World Championships in 2023, which brought in millions of people from across across the planet. So yeah, it's pretty crowded. First, we decided to visit the acclaimed Yokohama Pokemon Center. Now, let me tell you a little something. Every Pokemon Center has its own theme and they go hard. Kyoto has old school Japan, Shibuya has
Who am I?
and Yokohama, well, they do water Pokemon. And out of every location I've been to, this one might just be the best. There's a gigantic Kyogre hanging from the ceiling, fantastic Pokemon goods everywhere, lots of them including these tiny little sailor hats. And perhaps, best of all, just outside the store, there's a water Pokemon themed mural spanning both sides of the hallway and looking out to the harbor. Remember at the start of the video when I said that Vermilion City was inspired by Yokohama? This is where that starts to become clear. The harbor is home to a huge amount of ships that sail the ocean and take passengers to new lands, not unlike the SS Anne first seen in Generation 1 Pokemon. It's a major bustling port and world-renowned for its size and accessibility. You've also got some real-world equivalents like the Suigo Bridge resembling Pokemon's Nugget Bridge. It's a huge city with people coming from near and far to enjoy the sights and sounds. Though not related to Pokemon, it also has a bustling Chinatown with street food that's phenomenal. And when we finished our walk here, I thought of the perfect place to wrap up today's adventures. You see, Japan has this way of celebrating its history and achievements without being super in your face about it. I mean, don't get me wrong, they do sometimes go all out. Back in 2018, Pokemon started a project to decorate regular manhole covers across Japan and make them something extraordinary. The first one was in Kagoshima Prefecture and featured Eevee and its evolution. And to end the video, I wanted to show Yokohama's own version of this, where we have Psyduck losing his tiny little mind at a boat coming into shore. Psyduck! It was really cool to see, holy moly, Pokemon mailboxes! Guys, the channel just hit 100,000 subscribers. What the heck? That's an astronomical number that I never, ever in a million years would have expected this channel would hit. So this is completely off the cuff, unscripted. I just want to say thank you guys so much for the constant support on the channel. I've mentioned this before, but I'm making a real push to make more long-form content on the channel. That being said, I'll still share wacky shorts with you guys about Nintendo products that I find. I feel like your support is pushing me to make the best content I possibly could, and I'm super excited for the future of the channel. So thanks again from the bottom of my heart. And as always, subscribe to the channel for more obscure Nintendo content.